because these come in on the same cable.
Murdered milk carrier in front of his mother. Man murdered him, telling him stuff. Right? Man murdered him.
Yeah.
Where'd you go on?
It's got two different modems coming in. One modem is up there, one modem is down here.
Did you get?
And if
So
I
automatic to connect it to
I could switch
It didn't on mine. It kicked me out.
this telephone.
See?
Oh, now I've lost damn connection. What the
It's
hell?
because on my old computer it connects
Oh.
automatically. All right, we're connected. We're good to go up here. I just can't get on.
Okay. Crap again. Let's do the mesh to make sure it goes there automatically.
Well,
Otherwise, it will be sampling the other one, which is dead, partially dead. Connected, secured. I'm gonna change it.
I don't remember all that.
That's fair. My knowledge.
I wonder if I go to the setup there and find that. It says it has internet, doesn't tell me whether it's got internet connection or not. It does it not. Try not to be screwed around with this too much.
Oh, I'm not touching anything except for, where's my, oh, thank you. Unless you have
I want you to monitor that
Oh.
thing.
Okay, I got it.
And that's why I said don't screw around with it.
Oh, I thought
Because
you
if it
meant,
goes disconnected, you're gonna have to reconnect it. Now, before you go back the next time to reconnect it, click connect automatically. And there's a little box up there, okay? If yours drops out over here, when you click back on it for mesh, click back to connect automatically, okay?
you may have to do the lever.
Okay, are we ready?
I have no internet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Good morning.
Welcome to our lair,
Feel like Monday?
the den of iniquity. I'm thinking it's a tantalizing Tuesday, I guess, the 21st of October. Did they have Black Tuesdays or something?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, we got one.
Tuesday.
We're
It
right smack
started.
dab in the middle of one. I don't know. Sorry, folks, you're probably not going to be able to get through on telephones this morning. You can try, but it doesn't look like it's connecting anywhere at this point in time. So we'll, if something should happen, we'll kind of let you know, but it's not doing it now. So, okay. There are 10 additional days remaining in this month of October. Why did October get to be suddenly very bad? 12 days until it will be 1 hour later than it is now, and the sun will actually be shining brightly on all of us at this time. The time will be the same, but we will have removed the daylight and savings from Eastern Daylight Savings Time, substituting just standard in its place. How boring that will be. Standard time, standard in lieu of daylight savings. You'll need to set your clocks backwards at 2:00 in the morning on Sunday, the 2nd of November. Don't forget to reprogram your car clocks, your microwaves, your ovens, and any other clocks or watches that don't automatically take care of that little process for the lazy Americans we've become. And for those of you who have clocks that predated all of this, so that when daylight time actually began the third Sunday in October instead of the first Sunday in November, you'll have to do those or wait another period of time.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it's going to be. Good luck. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown. Welcome you to another edition of Live and Local Real Talk at whatever the time is. And y'all, how about you?
7:03 Eastern Daylight Savings Time. I'm Chris Marks.
Good morning. I'm Lee Barrows. I have nothing else to say.
Okay, it's been a good day. Y'all have a good one. We'll be back tomorrow after we finish
It has
trying
been.
to decipher what's going on and why.
It has been a
things are
very
not working.
nerve-wracking last 30 minutes,
Yeah.
and I'm still not connected. So
You're not connected? Have you
no,
tried to
because I
connect to
don't have
Bash?
the password.
And he's going to write
Just when you get
He's gonna
time,
write
no
it.
big hurry.
He's going to write it.
It's just this is
down
my
for
new
you.
laptop. My
Yeah.
other laptop connected automatically
Why do you bring new
You-
laptops in?
Yeah.
because the old laptop was aggravating.
Well, I was told I needed mine replaced because it's cracked and it's
Mine-
peeling and
Mine.
stuff.
Thank you so much.
That may or may not be the right one, but try it.
Oh, I almost had it right.
Almost counts in hand grenades fairly
Just
well.
don't
Nothing
even
else.
this
How
morning.
about horseshoes?
Not anymore.
No?
I don't think. That's what I was told. The rules have changed.
Wow.
in
Only chance I ever stood.
horseshoes.
Yeah.
Did you ever get one of those ringers?
No.
I didn't either. I tried and I tried and then I gave up. 3 tries and I quit. Forever.
I'm telling you, that spaceship is still hovering over Onslow County.
It's Carol's fault. One of our ham radio ladies. She's
Yeah.
the secretary, and she's the one who mentioned the other day when she got up and walked outside. There's a spacecraft overhead,
I'm telling
a
you.
satellite. I see it.
Well, let me tell you. Okay. First of all, I had issues with the radio yesterday morning before I got here. Y'all were calling me and I'm connected. And I'm like, I never heard a thing.
It wasn't the radio.
No, you say that, but we've already discussed that. So then we had issues with all the internet yesterday. And then I got home yesterday and I saw
They moved your house.
at my house. And I saw a dead bug up on the side of the curtain. I'm like, how does a dead bug get up there like that? It was weird. It was weird.
It's the aliens.
It was like he had been placed there.
He was.
So I go to get the vacuum cleaner out so I could just kind of suck him down.
And the vacuum told you it's not. I'm not
No.
working either.
I walk through the door that goes from my kitchen to my living room, and I have a beautiful artificial plant that's in a tall glass container,
Mhm.
tempered glass now,
And it was broken.
sitting right there on the side. Never touched it. It fell all by itself. I swear to you, it fell all by itself, hit the floor, and shattered into a million pieces.
Do any of your neighbors have their yards decorated with ghosts?
Not yet. Well, you know what? I haven't looked at my neighbors lately.
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
It was, and then I tried to do some work on the computer for us.
Uh-huh.
And, I was about ready to take the internet, the computers, everything, and go outside and just blow them up.
Oh, uh-huh. I understand.
Then I come in here this morning and it starts all over again.
I understand completely. I understand.
over
I totally understand.
Shoo. Well, thank
Well-
you. This worked.
Good. Well, now you're in the internet. We are 3 of us are, and the Facebook and YouTube computers are up and running.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
see, sir.
I've got to connect through mine too to make sure that everything so far is good.
Guys, you really, you need to know when to hush them.
I didn't say anything other than good.
Hush them.
I know not to say the other words.
As my grandmother used to say, hush.
I'm up.
Hush it up.
Hish him.
Well, hey, Miss Elsie, she's Miss
Hey,
Elsie.
Elsie.
Well, we know that there was a lot of issues yesterday nationwide with
Uh-huh.
Spectrum and other things, and then we had the
Uh-huh.
meteor shower all night long, and
Early this morning.
early this. I didn't dare go out and look. I figured I'd come in with purple hair or something. There's too many weird things
Could
going
you
on.
see that streak down the back? Did you? That's not intentional. You didn't put that up there
I just
intentional.
put it. I was like, nobody needs to
Oh.
see the purple hair this morning.
Okay, let's get on with the stuff at hand. We told you about a man who was arrested Sunday in connection with the shooting death of another gentleman here in Onslow County. More details are coming out. The victim, the person who is too often neglected in stories or takes a page two status, is a Marine from Camp Lejeune. At 31 years of age, Dylan Rasmussen was in the area of Burgaw Highway and Holly Shelter. He was riding his motorcycle out for a Sunday afternoon drive on a beautiful fall day in eastern North Carolina. 43-year-old James Wells stopped along the road Sunday about 1:30 in the afternoon, and the two of them engaged in an argument with what was going on. The Marine and Mr. Wells, Mr. Rasmussen, Staff Sergeant Rasmussen, and James Wells. Don't know exactly what was going on. It's been labeled as a road rage situation. Don't call it an incident. This is way beyond an incident. An arrest warrant states that Wells pulled out a gun and shot Rasmussen once in the chest. Then he got back into his car and drove away. Rasmussen transported to the hospital and he died. Onslow Sheriff's deputies put out a description of the car and it was soon stopped inside Pender County by a state trooper and Pender deputies. Wells was taken into custody, turned over to Onslow investigators, then arrested on a second-degree murder charge. Initially, jail without benefit of bond. Wells' bail was set at $500,000 yesterday during a morning first appearance in district court. Staff Sergeant Rasmussen received the Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal for being the runner-up Marine Combat Instructor of the Year during ceremonies earlier this year in Virginia. That award represents outstanding performance by a Marine. He was looking forward to riding his bike with his sons as they got older. No word yet on exactly what the road rage event was about, but there is nothing that should have resulted in the death of a father, a Marine. Nothing that could have taken place on our roads should have resulted in the death of this 31-year-old man.
I agree.
Don't know why.
No.
Don't know what went down. We will find out, and there's no doubt about it. Here's the strange part. I spent several hours yesterday looking up James Lewis Wells. That's the name that he gave law enforcement. Lewis is the middle name. Wells is common spelling, as of course is James. Spent a lot of time looking. The closest I got, and which kind of corresponds with the basic information we got, is that he is currently residing or was residing in the Maple Hill area, quote unquote. Maple Hill is not a town, it's a community.
Okay.
He also has a former address in Burgaw. That's where everything stops. Those two locations, that name. I can usually do pretty good deep dives without going into some of the other deep dive possibilities out there. And it just did not happen yesterday. Could not find any history. For a man who's 43 years old, if he did what he is accused of doing, that is a really unusual set of circumstances not to have some sort of information, public information floating around. Not in the 50 states that I checked.
They interviewed one of the motorcycle repair shops on Lejeune Boulevard, and they were talking about he was out for a nice ride. Usually they like riding in pairs to be safe.
Yeah.
But this gentleman chose to, God rest his soul, to just take a nice ride, like you said, Rayford, a nice ride.
Burgaw Highway, Highway 53, for those of you who want to look it up on the map and don't find Burgaw Highway, it's NC 53.
I just can't imagine it. And I mentioned Friday night coming back from Rocky Point and those crotch rockets going all over at high speeds and stuff. There's not really a lot of road rage you can do because they're out of your view in about 5 seconds.
Yep. And you're wide open highway. Yeah. So not, it's what they used to call a farm to market type of road.
Yeah.
But it's not heavily traveled.
I just can't.
especially on a weekend.
How much rage could you actually have? Some of them must have built up in him before that.
If
You know?
if indeed this was road rage, and if indeed if this is the gentleman that they're looking for, and again, why can't I find out anything about him? Anybody else know anything about him? You can't call us. You can email us. Our phones are dead in the water this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably need to.
When he appeared in court, he just was somewhat, I want to say faceless, not faceless. He had a face, but showed no emotion. Just walking to jail day.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm sure that investigators of the sheriff's office and others are doing some dives as well.
Yeah, I just cannot understand that much rage.
I will be interested. This is a cash bond. He's under $500,000, $1.5 million. So I want to see who is successful in getting him out of jail, if anybody.
I don't know. I've not dealt with bail bonds people before. I'm sure in your past you
Cash.
have, but cash. The bail bonds companies carry 50,000 in cash.
500,000. $1.5 million.
It's cash. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So there is no 10% of it. Then.
No.
Okay.
I mean, he might come up with it if the bonding company wants to put it up, I guess, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to accept a bond.
No,
I wouldn't post a bond, especially if I can't find out more about him than I found out about him. And I don't care who it is. $500,000 bond, and I don't know you. I'm not putting it up.
well, I wouldn't either. I wonder if that point, if he, I would. Again, you said you don't have there's no information about him, so we don't know. Can he afford an attorney? He's going to be court appointed.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
we shall see. I don't know. He said his first appearance, so it'll be before any other hearings. There will be a trial date set, of course, but then that will be postponed for a year here, there, and everywhere. So, and the rest of us around this world will forget about it, except his family. I'm not sure where he's originally from. I know he has at least 2 boys. I don't know whether he's still married. Don't know.
tragic. It's just
It's a tragic
Very
waste.
tragic.
Tragic waste.
It's like we were discussing yesterday. It's best when you come across an angry motorist, just let them go.
Yeah,
Just let them go
move
on by you. As
And-
much as you might want to do something or say something or make gestures,
And
let 'em go.
Whether you're riding a bike or driving a car, do not pull over.
That's
do
right.
not engage, and especially on a back road somewhere. If you want to
Yeah.
engage, go to the nearest sheriff's office or police department. And if you want to have an engagement, have it there.
right?
a
Exactly.
good point.
That's the easy way to do it.
Yes.
That's the same way if you're in town and you're being followed or whatever.
That
Go
happened
to
to
the
me once.
firehouse and blow the horn.
That happened to me
Any
once.
firehouse and blow the horn.
I had somebody following me. This was a long time ago, and they kept on, no matter which way I turned. So I went straight to JPD and pulled into their parking lot, and they went on by.
Well, I had one when I was in Wilmington follow me, and I lived in a convoluted way to get to my house,
Yes.
but I didn't stop because he followed me down, included
Right.
the street and to my house. But when I
Right.
got to the end of said street, I engaged. I already had called, and they were
Mhm.
sending a deputy out. But so I got out and engaged the individual. But I had other credentials and other protection.
Well, like all of us, none of us know anything else other than what you've been mentioned and what's come out.
That's all we know.
And I saw
Right.
Sheriff Thomas last night. I didn't ask him about it. That wasn't the
Nope.
proper time or place to do anything like that.
Well, they can't say a whole lot.
No.
The district, it should be coming from the district attorney whenever, and we'll wait and get whatever he
Yes.
has to say.
It all come out.
Yeah, I did have an interesting conversation with the sheriff last night, though.
It's not my fault.
No, it was
Did my
fault.
name come
Oh,
up?
okay.
Wait, did my name come up?
No, the show did, but
Tell your story.
Ruh-roh.
Well, I was just commenting to him. there was questions about Wreaths Across America, whether we should have a soliciting permit and he said, no, you don't need one. You're not asking for money. You're not selling. We're not selling anything.
For
We're
profit,
asking for,
right, Mhm.
we're asking for donations. And so the story came up about the golf match because Royce mentioned to Tim Foster that I challenged Tim to a golf match.
Did you threaten Tim to a fight on the golf course?
Well, Tim offered. He goes, "Yeah, we got to have the golf match." But I told him about the comment to the president and challenge and stuff. He goes, "Well, if it is considered a threat, the Secret Service will be at your house, and when they do, call me because I want to come and laugh at them for taking it that way."
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Laugh at him.
Well, only because of the word that when I said
Let him laugh. You don't want to laugh.
Well, I'm.
Well, on the flip side, you can't take anything for granted these
No, you
days.
can't.
I mean, the whole debate on the tree stand near the airport.
We can talk about that. Yeah.
I've talked to different people who had very strong opinions.
Mhm.
But Rayford is like we were talking. Do you wait until after the fact, after somebody's been hurt, after somebody's been shot, to say, oh, well, maybe we should have thought about that? Go ahead with your thing. I know you have a lot to say.
He's ready. He's trying to hold it in.
Quoting,
Okay.
Excuse me.
in my opinion,
Yes.
it was nothing to it, or words to that effect. That's what we saw yesterday, correct?
Yes.
I don't have the exact words in front of me. You do there somewhere. I can dig them up if necessary. In my opinion, would you want to be the president to get on and off that airplane, just assuming that deer stand was up there and left over from somebody, just maybe kids,
Mhm.
maybe a photographer, maybe a poacher? Would you want to be that person to get off that airplane if you were Donald Trump?
No, I'd feel like I had a bullseye on my back going in and out, up and down the stairs.
Would you like to take somebody else's opinion that everything is okay, that Secret Service overreacted? Do you err on the side of caution,
That. Exactly.
or do you take a chance?
Err on the side of caution.
Years ago, there was a beautiful full moon rising.
Mhm.
I was in the New River Shopping Center area. I had my pickup truck. I got down there. I went over and positioned my pickup truck in the perfect spot to grab some great shots of a full moon on a nice, beautiful evening. It was not a cloud in the sky, no
Mhm.
humidity, so that made it not haze or anything else.
Yeah.
And I positioned a very long lens on top. I didn't have time to take out a tripod because the moon is actually moving. The Earth's rotating, and the moon is moving kind of fast. You get it now, or you miss it in 2 minutes. The shot that I wanted.
Right.
The shot was now. So I don't grab the tripod and set it up. I laid across the top of the truck, standing on the edge side of the truck, laying across the top of it to brace the very long lens so I don't have any movement in it. At that distance, 240,000 miles to be actual, pretty close. And I started popping. Don't want to say that. I started clicking the shutter. One Jacksonville PD car comes this way. One comes up from behind me.
Uh-oh.
And they both got out of the car.
Get on the ground.
And no, they didn't do that.
Hands up.
They look at me and they quickly assess the situation. But both of them had gotten information from people in the area. And I said, thank God we got people like that out there. What do you think? And he says, I'm happy with that. You get any good pictures? And I said, did.
Well, Rayford, they said the stand had been there approximately 2 months. Is that because
you don't know?
Well,
It
is
had been
that
there for a period of
because-
time.
is that
Maybe.
because 2 months ago Secret Service did a full sweep of everything
Don't know.
and have not done one since then?
I
We don't know.
doubt that they I just don't know how close to the airport where the terminal is or where the plane stops and parks and waits, right? There are also hunting. It was brought up initially. Well, there are deer out there. Maybe the guy was out there just hunting. No, there are federal laws against hunting around an airport.
Right.
Or shooting around an airport. You can't shoot a gun. Could you go bow hunting? Some places, yes. This place turned out to be no hunting allowed.
Right.
Whether it's with your bare hands, a knife, a stick, or a slingshot, or a 458 Magnum. No. But there was no hunting allowed at that other golf course where the president was too, and there was a dude hiding in the bushes over there with a rifle.
True.
Yeah.
And you know, this
Deer do show up around a lot of golf courses, remember?
Well,
deer are out there, and you can go hunting around. You can go on golf courses and hunt, can you not? Weren't you at a golf course over the weekend?
well, let me just tell you.
Were you at a golf course over the weekend?
Yes,
Where
on
was it?
Sunday on the base.
On Camp Lejeune, aboard Camp Lejeune. Did you see some
Yes.
deer?
There was a herd of deer.
You heard a herd.
We saw the herd. We saw it, but you know,
Any gunfire? Anybody shoot?
go ahead, go on out there and think that you're going to hunt a deer on the base at a golf course. Not happening.
They have hunts aboard the base, but not at the golf course.
Right. Well, you know, it's if for those that have not actually looked and really delved into this, it was an industrial park. It's a patch of woods, not that big of an area, right behind the buildings, industrial park. I mean,
Kind of like the
That's-
patch of woods between me and my
Yes.
neighbors back over here.
that's not a
That's
place
where
you're going to
deer
go
are.
put a tree stand
I
in
sent
and
you a
hunt.
picture of a deer between me and my neighbors over here
Yes.
yesterday. Did I not? You see that?
Yes.
Did you see the one walking down my driveway that I sent you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
In the
I
middle of
did.
the night, he just comes back because I got cameras that captured him, and I saved it. I thought it was cute.
You know, it may turn out to be nothing,
Maybe.
but do you just
Do not discount something.
right?
If you see something, say something.
That's
we
right.
preach that all the time.
That's right.
All the time. We tell people to do that.
Mhm.
If you see something, why would you discount the Secret Service and when they see something? Why were they in the woods? I do not know that they weren't told about it. Do you? No, we probably never will
No.
unless somebody asks
But
them.
I do believe and I agree with you. You err on the side
Always.
of caution.
For sure. Most definitely, that's what you do.
Well,
Okay.
Leader of the greatest country in the world. You're not going to take any
You
chances.
better not. They
Yeah.
did a couple times and screwed up.
Oh, here's a story just
mean
popped
4
right
years?
up on my computer about it.
Look into the blue water of the Atlantic Ocean off North Carolina, specifically the Onslow Bay strip of the coast. That's where we're located. Most of the week is looking pretty good. Today, offshore, westerly winds 5 to 10 knots, becoming southwesterly 10 to 15 this afternoon. 2 to 3 foot seas, 11 seconds apart, colliding with 2-footers every 4 seconds from the southwest. Sounds and rivers a light chop, increasing to a moderate chop in the afternoon. Tomorrow, westerly winds 10 to 15, gust up to 25 in the morning, seas 3 to 5, 4 seconds apart. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop. Thursday looking a little bit more better. Northwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop.
Today will be sunny with a high near 74. Light southwest wind increasing 5 to 10 miles per hour in the morning. Winds could gust as high as 18. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 55. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 74. And Thursday, sunny with a high near 70. But I do have to tell you, looking ahead, which it may change, Friday's going to be another chilly night for us, Rayford.
Are you trying to tell me to fix some chili?
Well, I'm just trying to say that
Speaking of Bambi,
we have better luck.
I'm going driving on I-40 later on this morning. I just look up and drive up and down the highway till I find a fresh one.
You can find them on gun bank
I'm
right
not
now.
eating deer chili. No.
You
I'm
have,
not
you'll
eating
never
Bambi.
know.
You have.
You know what? I've asked you in the past. No, it's beef.
It is.
Do not be putting Bambi in my chili.
Over in Craven County, I got one for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
A couple weeks back, man and a woman, they're at the county's courthouse. While there, a bag is stolen from a person at the courthouse. Not sure if it was someone working at the courthouse or someone with business at the courthouse. At any rate, deputies had ideas based on the folks who were in the area at the time. They obtained a search warrant, and searched a home. The home was belonged to 51-year-old Bradley Roby and 27-year-old Melissa Swain. Yep. They find the missing bag along with the contents, a cell phone and a speaker and some other stuff, Bluetooth speaker. And while they were there, the deputies found a little bit of dope. Go figure. Mr. Roby, well, he faces charges that include felony possession with intent to manufacture, sell, and deliver methamphetamine, 2 felony counts of financial card theft, 2 felony counts obtaining property by false pretense, felony identity theft, misdemeanor larceny, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Ms. Swain is charged with felony possession with intent to manufacture, sell, and deliver methamphetamine, felony financial card theft, felony obtaining property by false pretense, felony identity theft, possession of stolen property, possession of drug paraphernalia. Both took a short trip to the county jail. They're there, residing comfortably, without benefit of bond. Why without bond? For stealing this stuff? I mean, it's a larceny, basically. Because they were already out on bond on other charges at the time. But finally, the folks over in Craven County are catching on. If you're out on bond and commit another crime, you should not be able to get out again at any price on bond until you clear up case number 1.
I agree.
Thanks to whatever magistrate or judge made that call in Craven County, you're good. Thank you.
Okay.
And the rest of the counties here in North Carolina, take a lesson.
I got to tell you, with the news headline, local news, I'm not going to say what channel it was, but a couple arrested for stealing from the courthouse.
Got my attention. Did you see their pictures?
Yeah.
The only charges that are missing on here are felony disorderly dressing.
Oh, my God.
Lord.
I'm sorry.
I don't know how they even got in the courthouse dressed like that and looking like that.
You know, Onslow County will tell you to walk right back out the door.
They
You
will.
won't get in.
I heard about that over the weekend, too.
I thought I saw a flash of light.
I did too.
Did you see a flash?
There was a flash of light, and it's usually the phone lines flashing.
It's that spaceship out there. I'm telling you, there's something out there. There is something strange going on. Did you check? I sent a message and told them to call your cell phone.
Well, my cell phone will go ringy.
Yes.
I'm checking the phone lines here every so often just to see if they pop back on. But
No, I think we're one and done until I can get over to Spectrum or get to the phones after, or get to the usually another. Oh no, this one's also Spectrum.
I've been having a lot of issues with
you can use
mine
mine.
too. With
Yours is not Spectrum.
that's Spectrum.
Oh, okay.
I think it works.
Well, mine-
It's dialing out to tell me I can't dial into the
Oh, yeah,
studio. So, but
oh, I haven't tried that.
well, I have.
Wait,
like last
It
night,
took me three tries to get it to even do something, get an
Oh.
intercept. So there's something
Right.
wrong. So there's some kind of restriction on it or something.
yeah, that's why I just got.
Your phones don't work.
Your phones don't work. Like, we know.
I
That's
hear
what we don't know.
pundits, complainers, politicians, and counselors throw out all sorts of variations of a word, a lot of this particular word to describe people. Not sure if they even know what they're talking about, but call simply, I'm not that smart either. I prefer the nickel and dime words. That's what I use, not those quarter and half dollar and silver dollar words. If what I'm trying to say needs explaining, I can do it with nickel and dime words, no problem. Sometimes I have to resort to something else that's not worth much of anything. If nothing else, at least I will know what I'm talking about. The word too often used is narcissistic. As in, he displays narcissistic behavior. We've heard this, right?
Mhm.
I read about it all the time.
Right.
Seems to be a word that really popped up in everyday talk about 15, 20 years ago. I don't recall hearing it before that. May have. Never studied it in school. Maybe it was normal before that, but either I was not around people who fit the definition or I wasn't curious enough to actually look at the definition. So For my wonderful partners in crime to my immediate left, can you name someone that all of you know that you would describe as being a narcissist?
No. I don't know anybody that thinks they are self-important.
So narcissistic characteristics,
I know a few.
how would you describe them? What are narcissistic characteristics? There are several out there. What would you think?
Self-importance,
Mm-hmm.
They claim.
they claim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whether they are or not.
Yeah.
But how about if they are important? Is it okay to claim that you're important or say that you're important or flaunt that you're important? Is that narcissistic?
No, but
If you are it,
Mhm.
are you narcissistic if you claim that you are so important?
But when you take that attitude that you're self-important, which
Now
okay,
you talk
fine.
about attitude.
But when you take everyone else and put them down and tell them that they're not smart, that they don't know, that they're not important, that I know it all, you know nothing.
I've heard a lot about the number one man in the country,
Mm-hmm.
big Mr. Trump, being described as a man who has a narcissistic personality disorder. Now, there's two different things. There's being narcissistic, and then there's a narcissistic personality disorder. Does he have a narcissistic personality disorder? Is he important?
Well, he's important. Yes.
Not to people other than himself?
Yes.
To me, being narcissistic and having a personality disorder could be kind of close if you are the only person who thinks you're that important. If the rest of the world doesn't think you're that important.
I don't think.
I need a shrink in here, don't we?
Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me, Chris.
No,
It's
go
just the
ahead.
same thing with people saying because somebody did something wrong, they have a mental illness. Not everybody has a mental
Well,
illness.
narcissistic
Not-
personality disorder is described as being a mental situation.
Some
having a
people are
mental
just
disorder.
stuck on themselves. It doesn't make them mental.
Well, that doesn't mean it's a personality disorder.
Exactly.
Those who are narcissistic are not necessarily to have a disorder.
Some people are just pure crazy.
Well, there's 435 people in D.C. that would technically fall under that category.
At least. Don't forget the
Yeah,
Senate,
I mean-
535.
535.
I will say that Trump has a very distinctive personality. He's not your normal president, never has been. I mean,
Thank God. We've had too many of those. I got tired of them.
I mean, just the other day on King's Day, on his Truth Social, he shared it was AI generated little video there. He didn't make it, somebody else had done, but he shared it where he's flying like a B-52 bomber or
Yep.
something like that and has on the helmet and the gas mask. And he's releasing gallons of feces onto the crowd. In other words, he doesn't give
Yes.
to me, I feel like him being president, let somebody else do that. But that's just Trump. I don't like that he does that because I hold him to a higher standard being that he's president. But that's part of Trump's personality. Agree
So
or don't agree?
Is that a disorder?
No. I mean, no, I wouldn't think so.
I think it falls into when, his first term with tweeting all the time. That to me, that was his downfall. He
Oh, well, that killed him.
tweeted, that tweeting was way too much. Now I think he
learned.
a different sense of humor. I saw an AI generated where he was flying another
Yes.
jet with a crown. He was wearing a crown.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just, hey, look, he's got nothing to lose. He's not going to be reelected. He's done after this term. And don't we know he's a businessman? He's a billionaire. He doesn't give a doo-doo, you know? But in the same respect, it's to me, my opinion is if you're holding the title and the office of President of the United States, I would like to see a little bit more decorum. Me personally.
Well,
The excuse that I was given by someone who used to sit beside me
Right.
was that he's from New York.
No.
not anymore.
What difference does that make?
That's what was used as the excuse for the way he was. He's from New York. Okay, get over it. He's from New York. No, I don't care. I
Look,
don't care where you're from. All New Yorkers are not like that.
Rayford, if you were a billionaire and you had your own private jet and you had your own golf course, several of them, and
I'd sell
would you
golf
really
courses.
care what people think? I mean, if you were a man like in his position.
I don't really care what people think now, and I'm not in that position.
So
You think I'd be dressing like this and put a camera up there?
do we challenge you to have as having a mental illness because of
Some
that?
of you do, yes, on a regular basis. We get a couple of callers who do. They can't do it today, though, can't they?
Cut off
You
today.
think Spectrum calls about outage.
Yes, you're cut off today.
I don't know. Is narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, is that like post-traumatic syndrome? Post-traumatic stress disorder?
I'm not qualified to answer that from a
I'm
medical
not,
standpoint, but
I'm
from,
not convinced that PTSD is actually a disorder.
Right.
It's a reality. It is a
Yes.
syndrome. I'm not sure that I cannot classify all of the cases as being a disorder. Yeah, it's not the norm necessarily, but my God, there's a disorder when ants bite my feet. I have a disorder. They don't affect everybody. My wife, when she goes somewhere within 400 feet of poison ivy, she's got a disorder.
God bless her.
so do I.
But I don't. I walk through it. I don't have that. So
Same.
it everything impacts people differently.
Exactly. Well, Rayford, going back to that, most of the time now, I have, and I don't give a flip attitude. Does that mean I have a disorder?
No, that's not what makes you having a disorder.
Don't even go there.
No. Okay.
Right.
All right. So it is a reality, PTSD, and this narcissistic personality disorder. I can see that being a disorder in some cases. Of course, he's not alone as fitting that description. You know who the first two people that I popped up that when they said these are examples?
Chuck Schumer and
Nancy Pelosi.
Predates all that. Well, maybe not Pelosi. Joseph Stalin and Adolf Hitler. Both were labeled as having a narcissistic personality disorder. World leaders, whether they're good or bad, are not the only ones, though. Who else would you say has a narcissistic personality disorder? According to, when I looked them up, the other names that popped up here. Ready?
Hollywood actors.
Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, and Madonna.
Close. Entertainers.
So, definition of narcissistic personality disorder, many people may display some narcissistic traits, perhaps, without having the so-called disorder. Public figures are discussed quite often in terms of having this issue as being kind of like narcissistic behaviors, displaying narcissistic behaviors, narcissistic tendencies, rather than having a formal diagnosis. The disorder, the definition or the interpretation of the definition, NPD is a complex mental health condition that involves a pattern of grandiosity, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. The behaviors associated with the disorder can range from the overt to the more covert and the disorder can significantly impact relationships and daily life. As it applies to domestic behavior, here's where I'm going with this today. As it
Okay.
applies to domestic behavior, and especially behavior, whether physical or mental, professionals, victims of domestic violence have said they know if the abuser never admits fault. They know the abuser never admits fault or takes responsibility for anything that he or she does to the person. It's not my fault. It's your fault. You made
Right.
me do this.
Right.
Let me give you a great example, not of domestic abuse or
Mhm.
violence. I had a boss above me in TV. He didn't like me. I hated him.
Okay.
Well, you went from like to hate, not liking, and then hating.
He was just not on his Christmas
He
list.
got mad. He did not like my number 2 sports guy. So we had to have a meeting with the sports director, with the number 2
Mhm.
guy.
Mhm.
How many ever? 1, 2, 3, 4 of us in a room. And he sat there and he looked at this employee way down the totem pole from his position.
Mhm.
He had told me several times, I just don't like the way he does sports. And he told me, he looked at me and he looked at him and he said, every time you come on TV, I want to vomit.
What? That's ugly.
Now, I'm this guy's boss, his immediate supervisor. He was stunned, shocked. His sports director was stunned and shocked. I was a little bit more. So, 45 TV stations, we have HR at the top. I filed a report.
Oh. Oh.
Good for you.
Now,
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
I became the victim of narcissistic behavior disorder because you know what he did to me? He said, you made me do that. You
Oh,
did not
man.
take him off the air. It's your fault. He pointed his finger at me and said
Uh-oh.
that.
What happened when he pointed the
Oh.
finger, Rayford?
Never point a finger. Never point a finger.
What happened?
I haven't seen him since.
Oh. Went for a ride on the boat.
I didn't have
Stream
that boat at the time.
station.
It was a
Oh,
smaller
that's a
boat.
shame.
Dang it. No, seriously. A bit real. People blame other people for their behaviors.
Mhm.
That's narcissistic behavior
Yeah,
disorder,
I
in
under-
my opinion.
I lived
Forget
through
I
that.
don't care how
Yeah.
grandiose that they are. I don't care if they're bragging about how wonderful they are.
Mhm.
That to me is not a disorder. The shrinks may call it that. You do whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
If you haven't experienced it, and you ladies and men out there who have been subjected to this kind of ongoing, never-ending, seemingly abuse,
Mhm.
some of it violent, some of it mental. Mental is just as bad as the
Mental is
physical in
just
many
as
cases,
bad.
because it usually lasts on and on and on until you
Yes.
just actually have enough and you're fed
Yes.
up.
Yes. I will.
They are the victims of narcissistic behavior disorder
Right.
because these people don't admit it. The reason for this today is that Saturday night, you have a chance to help the victims of domestic violence, whether it's mental or physical. The Dancing Stars of Onslow County taken to the stage again, 9 of them, to raise money, big money. Then thank all of you in this area for coming up for all of these years since 2012, for doing what you've done to support this, what is now known as the Onslow Victim Center. They've come to realize that women are not always just the victims, that
Amen.
men seldom
Yeah.
come forward. I will tell you that. I've had experience with that. Check out our Facebook page, as Lee is constantly updating how to get your tickets.
Yes.
It's sooner than you think. If you can't go, buy a ticket and give it to somebody that you would
Mhm.
like to see go. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be a great event. Just days away.
Yes. Yes.
On top of all that, it gets personal with me. Not because of this jerk, my former jerk. I can handle that kind of stuff. It made me mad. I had another boss one time. I'll tell you off mic what he told me one day when I was describing some stuff. A young woman has taken over the reins this year from Candy Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
She led the charge on this most successful event since its inception in 2012. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of dollars have been raised over the years from the good people here in Onslow County. You have a chance to add to that. Now, Candy's successor, some mighty big shoes. Her name is Allison. Others call her Allie. And she is Candy's daughter and our granddaughter. The event has been a family affair since the beginning. Candy involved her husband as a dancer. This is something like his 7th year dancing. He's now dancing as a professional. The whole family pours their heart into this event year round. And Robbie and I know them as our daughter, granddaughter, and son-in-law. We will see you there on Saturday night. And when I say they found, Marty gets on a bicycle. He was there 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
When that storm was coming
Right.
our way. They made it almost all the way to the coast when they had to call it off because the winds and the rain and the nasty was here. But he did it to raise money, just to raise money for his team. Others are doing the same thing. We've heard them. It was last year. Was it a major with the sheriff's office? Was that last year? He was a dancing star, and he and his wife. I think she's Filipino, right?
And I think she was Latina.
Okay,
Yes.
whatever. Anyway, they cooked some special stuff, and they
Right.
did all sorts of cool
Mark
things.
Scott.
Yeah,
He's a trip.
he's a trip. He belly danced on the floor.
He did the worm. He did the
I call it
worm.
the belly dancing. He
Yeah.
bounced across that floor, wormed his way
Chris.
across.
Chris, this guy's like 6'4". And he did the worm across stage. We were like,
Holy moly! I wanted to know if he ever performed up in the jail for those people. He should have.
I'm telling you, the whole night. Well, there
It was
was
fun.
there was that, and then there was the attorney. What was his name?
I don't know. We've had attorneys. We've had
Yeah,
judges.
attorney, and his, and they came out dressed as the Blues Brothers and
Oh,
put
God.
on a show. To me, I loved
And we
it.
don't know what these people are going to do. I live next door, and like I say, they are my relatives, and they don't tell me anything.
And then there was Marty, who comes out
Baldy.
in his shiny black pants and dressed as Pitbull. And he even had
No, he shaved his head during halftime.
And
During the
he even
intermission.
had the cap on it to make it
Skinhead.
look like skinhead. And we were just like,
Who's that?
He was that was good. That was
Yeah,
good.
it was. I didn't even recognize him at first, but
No,
these people go all out. Some of them
Yeah.
just
They do.
really take it to the max. So we've had the this is going to be the second time a police chief,
yes.
our new Jacksonville police chief,
Whoop, whoop,
Jared
whoop.
Phelps, he's going to be
Yes.
there, and he's I've got some confidence in that man.
Right.
He's a stereotypical cop. He keeps things quiet.
Just getting ready to say it's the
It-
quiet
it's
ones.
those are
Yeah,
the ones
that's
you
probably
need
the
to
one
be
we're gonna have to watch out
concerned
for.
about. Okay.
He's probably the one that
Yeah.
will.
So anyway, he's a performer this year. We've Mike Yanero was as police chief. He's a
Right.
performer. Our former state senator Harry
Yes.
Brown, same year, and
Yes.
the mayor of Jacksonville, Twinkle
Yes.
Toes Sammy.
Speaking of state senators, I don't recall our current state senator yet.
We
Being-
we need to nominate him for next year. What you think?
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, buddy.
I know from his assistant Adam, he won't be dancing, but he will be in attendance November 3rd at the
Okay, so
pinning.
that's the
Right.
that's a week from next Monday.
Yes,
Yes.
for the pinning of
2
the
weeks from
Vietnam veterans.
Yeah, good.
That we're going to do on 10
It's
o'clock
just
on
going to be
November
there in
3rd.
attendance to support it. That's all.
Yeah, it was interesting because Adam mentioned, he said the senator doesn't want to talk. He just wants to be there to honor these Vietnam veterans. I thought that
Well,
was
of course,
very cool.
yes. You know, he's
And,
a veteran himself,
Yeah, so-
and he does a lot for our
Yeah, he's a Marine.
veterans.
And he's got a couple of businesses here. So
Yes.
he's a small business guy, and he knows what small businesses are all about in the community. He's got 2 here, and he's just he served as mayor pro tem here. He was on the city
Yeah, for
council
many
for
years.
years and years. And then he when Senator Brown was stepping out, and it's no kin to me, by the way. He just lives down the street from me, but we're not related except when we want to be.
Mm-hmm.
We claim each other, but I claim him more than he claims me. But it's a great event. It's
Yeah,
an
it is.
opportunity for you, the citizens of this
Yes.
county, to show what we're about.
Yeah, and talking about supporting this, we also have something else coming up soon. I have a post hitting at 10 a.m. this morning with the information on it, but we have our Veterans Parade November 8th.
We do.
And Rayford, it just hurts my heart as we're traveling down Western Boulevard and there's so many open spaces
Mhm.
and no one there.
Well,
We've got to change this on County.
we do have a lot of folks who show up. They gather in
Yes.
packs.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Yes.
And I understand that because parking,
Right.
you'll find a place where you can park to walk or to get to a group, and there's always safety in numbers. I mean, it's great to be in a group of people instead of out there all by yourself.
Compare it to the
But-
Christmas parade.
But we will have people out there
Mhm.
who will be solo, standing on one side,
Right.
holding a flag.
Yes.
And if you do go, I'm not going to give any particular locations. I know several big box stores like Lowe's, Home Depot,
Mhm.
and all the others in the area. You can
Right.
find little flags.
Oh,
Go
they're
buy yourself
everywhere.
a $2 flag and get out there
Yes.
and
Oh.
wave it.
The dollar stores have them.
Dollar
yes.
stores have them.
Yes.
So
Yeah, what I'm referring to is, like Christmas parade is packed all the way down
well,
both sides.
they got a lot of kids that there.
Well, that's true, but I just
There's no reason not to line the street.
for the Veterans
Yeah,
Parade.
absolutely.
I mean, this community would not be where it's at today had it not been for our military housed here. Camp Lejeune made us Jacksonville, North Carolina, plus the fact that most all of us are somehow connected, have been with the military.
If you live around here, you have a connection.
Mhm.
Yes.
If you own a restaurant, if you own a store, if you own any business here, you are connected. You have people working for you. You have people that you're serving. Your
Right.
owners may be veterans. That's the way it is. You cannot walk more than, on any given day, you cannot walk very far without bumping into a veteran or an
That's
active
right.
duty.
That's
Correct.
right. And the post
You
that's
can't even go home without it, can you?
on the post that's
And I love it.
And his wife is a veteran.
I love it.
on the post that's coming out this morning. It's of course Rolling Thunder Chapter 5,
Uh-huh.
NC Chapter 5. They're the ones that are hosting this. They do a fantastic
And
job.
If you haven't heard about
And-
Rolling Thunder, you haven't been around here very
That's
long.
right. And on the poster that will be on our page, there it directs you. You still have till October 24th
Mhm.
if you'd like to sign up and be a participant in the parade.
Today's the
There's
21.
no fee
It
for it.
doesn't cost you anything.
You just have to do a patriotic theme. Put
You-
a flag on your vehicle.
Just show up with flag paraphernalia or whatever.
Right.
Don't bring your M1 rifles or your carbines.
No,
or
you've
anything
already
else.
been told you couldn't,
I'm
Rayford.
doing that.
Big old howitzer. on
Oh,
the back
I'm
of my
being an
truck.
1851 musket.
Yeah,
Does that count?
yeah.
That doesn't count, does it?
Mhm.
Well,
I'm kidding. I'm not going to
Yeah,
bring that.
But and we'll
Look
have
at
a
the
lot of
machete.
dignitaries there. We'll have
Mhm.
a lot of military there. I mean, it just warms your heart. It
Mhm.
really. But we need more people to come
We
out.
need all y'all.
We need you to fill the street.
I don't care what your
Yeah.
political persuasion is.
It
If
has
you,
nothing to
want to
do
wear
with
red, you want
politics.
to wear purple, you want to wear blue, you want to wear pink. I don't care.
It has
I
nothing
don't
to
know
do
what
with
I'll be wearing
politics.
all of the above. Likely.
I'm gonna go find a camouflaged outfit.
They won't be able to see
Saigon
you.
Sam's.
I've got
That's
one or
free.
two up there somewhere. that
I used to
probably
have
won't
some,
fit
yeah.
anymore.
Well, I'm glad you led into this, Lee. Last night, Kathy and I went to the county commissioners meeting.
Here we go.
Nice. I
There
saw
we
you.
go. And it was to begin talking about the November 3rd event, which again
Right.
is the pinning of Vietnam veterans. I was even actually had contact with Brigadier General Rizzo yesterday, or
Really?
actually his aide,
Mhm.
who
Well,
said that
close enough.
he's going to be He is open to coming depending on the shutdown of the government.
Yeah, well,
I didn't understand it. I didn't ask any questions.
He's not shut down, but I mean,
But
that's why they're using that as a qualifier on anything. Right
Yes, it is.
It has to be.
But Senator Zara has confirmed, some county commissioners last night confirmed they were attending. What we need attending is Vietnam veterans and that were in that era, and they didn't actually have to be in Vietnam. If you were in the active duty military during that period, you are entitled to this pin and proclamation from the president. But Lee and Rayford, you two have been so wonderful in Wreaths Across America. And I did get my plug in last night, Lee. You probably
yes, you did.
If I get a chance, I'm going to get it. And so a gentleman in Wilmington called me last night and said, so exactly when people are going to your site, they think you've reached your goal. And I just real quick like to explain, because Lee, you set up that website for us, the link. Remember, you set up the link on our Wreaths Across America page. When they click on that, they go exactly to make a donation. You looked at little blue link in there. You put,
that was not me.
I think you did. You fixed it for us. But anyway, there's a link on it. But when you go there, it shows that we're like
Right.
759% over our goal.
Yes.
That is a group goal.
Right.
But the actual numbers, we're at the cemetery at Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery. We're currently at 2,500.
Right.
You need 6,500 to make sure everyone is covered.
Well, maybe we should set the goal the next time to reach 6,500.
Well, it's interesting because there's a group that puts on the ceremony there.
Yes.
So
Different group. Yes.
So although they've only garnered X amount of wreaths,
Right.
the wreaths that are donated through you and Rayford and people that listen to the program, and many others, those wreaths count towards that total goal of that group.
Right.
But the bottom line is this: we're still 4,000 short. We're 1,000 short at Onslow Guard Memorial Park,
Right.
and it kind of ties into what you're saying about our veterans. I just don't, for the life of me, understand why we don't. Western Boulevard is not covered with 10,000 people on Veterans Day Parade.
Nope.
Amen. 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 That's
Why?
what I'm saying.
Why? Go back to Desert Storm, the very first one.
I gotta
What
wear a
happened?
Yellow ribbon too.
Rayford remembers.
Jacksonville disappeared.
Jacksonville disappeared, dried up. Businesses closed. Spouses, girlfriends, they left.
They left town. They went
Yes.
back to their homes of records.
You could actually
Many
go out
places-
to eat, not wait.
Yeah.
Just walk
if
in.
places were open.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't here. I came here regularly during
Mhm.
that time to visit my parents, of course. But yeah, there was not the traffic
Right.
at that time. There was not that much activity. There was no hustle and bustle. Our Marines were busy.
yeah,
My brother-in-law was one.
Mhm.
He was gone. These things happen, and they can happen again with the flick of a switch, with the drop, with some idiot doing something stupid again.
Yeah.
We couldn't find ourselves in that same situation here. All of these hotels that are around here now, that were not here even then.
No.
They've been built to accommodate the people who are visiting Marines for the most part, visiting their families here
We have the largest amphibious space on the East Coast.
in the world.
Yes.
The largest marine amphibious base is here.
Anytime something happens, then we all take out our yellow ribbons and we
Mhm.
show our support.
Mhm.
But the Veterans Day is the one day once a year that everybody can come together. We don't need a war. We don't need a tragedy.
We've already had all that.
That's right. We've already had all that. But we need people to come out. And hopefully, I will know later today, we'll have a gentleman that's with Rolling Thunder here, hopefully Thursday, to talk about the importance of honoring our military.
Mhm.
I mean, I cannot think of another place I'd want to live in than
Nope.
right here.
I chose it. I came back. We could have gone anywhere.
That's
Well,
right.
Dad got stationed here in '68, and I chose to stay. I
Mhm.
love this area.
I
It's a
do
beautiful
too. I
area,
do too.
and I love the young Marines. The veterans are very, very, very special. Last year,
Yes.
Major James Capers was the Grand Marshal, and
Befitting.
I'm not sure who it is this year. I didn't get a chance to talk to Paul or Steve about that yet.
We'll find
But,
out. Yeah, we'll find out.
But it just, for the life of me, on a Saturday morning,
Right.
what else do you have to do?
I used to drive my dad in it every year, except for the year he was Grand Marshal.
Mm-hmm.
And I drove him every year until he passed away. But to me, I mean, I love these groups like the Purple Heart group,
Mm-hmm.
the Beirut,
Yeah.
chapter, and Rolling Thunder. They're all my heroes. And there's so many of them out there. And I just think it's important that we not wait till there's a war, not wait until something happens like Beirut, which we have yet to talk about that. That's in a couple days. But let's honor our military, honor our veterans. Come on, guys. Come on out.
What I'd
Come on
like to
out.
see are a bunch of, we won't find a bunch of military Jeeps, but
Right.
the Jeeps, the Wrangler style Jeeps that are out there, they're based upon the vehicles that help win a war.
I'm glad you brought that up.
So why don't we got 5 million Jeeps in this community,
Mhm.
coming from far and wide if necessary, from Carteret County, New Hanover County. Oh my God, I go down there and they all wave. So let's get out there and do the Jeep wave, y'all. I won't, because I'm going to be on the back of a truck at that time, tied up.
Well, if you have your yellow ribbons, this is the time where we put yellow ribbons out. We've got to find ours. I know we have one.
We got them here somewhere.
We've got it. We're going to set it out because this is the yellow ribbon month.
Yeah, it is.
And it's also November now is the green light month. I have light bulbs that I put out, replace my outdoor lights, and they're green, and that's to honor veterans. So we need to do that. But the Beirut Remembrance Ceremony will take place at 10:30 a.m. on Thursday. We'll talk more about it now because I know we have our insurance
We
commissioner.
do. Now, folks, we're going to have to do this one in a very different way because we don't have regular phones working. We're using, I got my cell phone and I've got the commissioner, the North Carolina Insurance Commissioner. His name is Michael Causey. Good morning, Mr. Commissioner. How are you?
Good morning, Rayford. Mike Causey here. Glad to be with you.
I appreciate you calling in this morning. And we've had on one of our circuits here, we've lost our telephone connection. So and one side of our internet. So we want to do it with a cell phone direct. So I've got you patched in this morning. I understand you've been getting some sun up there on the Outer Banks. Did you get burned?
Well, I was the past couple of days. Today I'm up in the western part of the state in North Wilkesboro. Our Criminal Investigation Division, CID, is raising money for Special Olympics, and we're having a blood drive trying to get people to come out and give blood. But I really had an eye-opener out in Buxton and Avon and Rodanthe out there where their houses are washing into the ocean.
Oh, boy. I see that. I think I saw some pictures of the 11th one this season that has gone down. Wow.
At least, I think they've had at least 22 homes over the past few years. There's at least a dozen more that I saw that are on the verge of collapse.
Oh,
So
boy.
it's a real crisis that people in North Carolina need to understand how serious this crisis is, because it's a big impact economically to the state.
Mhm.
That area of Dare County contributes a lot of money. We have a lot of tourism. It's a national park. The Hatteras National Seashore is a big tourist attraction.
Yeah, it is a tourist attraction, and there are a lot of people there that make a lot of money too because they have homes that they rent out, and so it is a source of income, but it's a source of relaxation. At this time of year, is a source for folks. A lot of folks go up there and go fishing because the surf fishing in October, November is wonderful along the Outer Banks.
Oh, it's a perfect time of year to go to the coast and the Outer Banks especially, and I would encourage folks to to go. There's a lot of small businesses up and down Highway 12 that really depend on tourism, and they could use some extra tourism right now.
Sure. That and you take a shovel and you can help dig out Highway 12 probably at some point in time.
Right, that's right. Highway 12 is good right now, but there was a time a week or so ago where it had to be closed in sections for a couple of days to clear the sand off.
Yeah, if I go up there, I'll be taking my Jeep out. The sand won't bother me.
Well, that's the way to go, Rayford. Take that Jeep.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Mike, we've had we had some insurance questions about this kind of stuff. These homes, as I understand it, now help me out. These homes that were on the verge of collapsing, the sand had been washed out from under them. They were in precarious positions and conditions. The owners couldn't just tear them down, because if they just tore them down, their insurance companies would not pay for it. Is that correct?
Well, most of this is through the federal flood insurance program,
right?
The majority of it, and they do have. They did pass legislation that gives, if that home collapses, they were getting up to $250,000 for that. And in most cases, it wouldn't come close to covering the total value, but it was a help. And now I understand they've passed it so that if it's on the verge of collapse and they go ahead and take it down or move it, they could get up to $250,000. But the problem is we've got the federal government shut down right now, so it's hard to get anything out of FEMA or the federal government.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That never made any sense to me. If you know it's going to collapse, if there's no way to salvage this home, it's out there, it's surrounded by water on high tide, low tide, it's got, water lapping at the front door. But if it's going to fall, there's no chance, no hope for it whatsoever. If it's been deemed uninhabitable, why not just tear it down bit by bit? Because you can control that. When the storm comes in, you don't know where all that wood's going to go or how much more damage it's going to do to other places, do you?
Well, that's right. It costs a whole lot more to clean up the debris after they collapse than it would be to move it. Now, I did talk to one homeowner. This family's owned a home there since 1980, and this was actually, for he and his wife, this was their retirement home. That was their permanent residence right there on the beach. And they bought another lot on higher ground, and their goal is to move that house before it collapses and take it to the other location. But with my concern too is the environmental issue. If you look at each one of those houses has their own septic system. So when those pipes get washed away, and you've got air conditioning systems with Freon and different chemicals, and you've got all these other building materials, treated lumber and so forth. So like you say, Rayford, when that house collapses, you have many tons of debris that has to be hauled away. Just with those houses that fell this past week, they hauled over 30 loads of debris away in one day.
Wow.
On this weekend, on Monday, yesterday, they hauled away 22 loads of the same type of materials and there's still more out there to haul away.
Having worked at two beaches in law enforcement during hurricanes, and of course after the hurricanes, and storms like this, folks, let me advise you: don't go sightseeing in an area after a storm where houses and pieces of wood with nails in them are sticking up. Maybe you don't see it. Glass is broken on the beach. Don't take your kiddies out there to get some sand in between your toes, because you're likely to have to go to the hospital for treatment.
Well, you're right. I saw a lot of that yesterday. You saw some boards with nails sticking up, and it is treacherous. You don't know what's under that sand. But at the same time, I don't want to discourage people from going to Buxton or Rodanthe or any of those places, because there's some great restaurants, great places to eat, and a lot of things to see. And there's other areas on the Cape Hatteras National Seashore they don't have any damage, but you don't want to go out on the beach right in the area of Buxton where those houses have collapsed and they've been cleaning up, because you can see it from a distance and take pictures, but you don't want to be walking around with those boards and nails till it gets cleaned up.
That's a good point. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Don't go to a disaster area itself. First of all, they're too busy there to put up with you. You're in the way. You're going to hurt something, but there are plenty of places. I don't know of any homes at Ocracoke that have washed away. There's a great island right there by itself. Ocracoke, the south end of the whole Hatteras Island. Beautiful locations and good fishing there as well. I'm going to put that plug out there about 14 more times. Plenty of places to go surf fish. And
it is. And let me say this from what I've learned, and I've been out there quite a few times, but it is, you can see it on television and think, well, this is terrible. But it's just hard to describe if you're there in person and see firsthand how much beach loss that particular area. In 1 week, they lost over 141 feet of beach.
wow.
And some of these problems are man-made problems. There's certainly, we have the sea rise issue, and but back, I believe it was after World War II. It may have been in the early '60s, but the Navy built some jetties, which was.
Uh-oh. Did we lose you?
Oh no,
Dead area, dead zone.
there it is.
Have collapsed.
There you go. Yeah, we're back there. We dropped you for a minute. The Navy had built some jetties along some groins, I think they called them in those days, right?
Yeah, and that really helped the Buxton area. And over the years, those jetties have washed away and eroded. The Navy has not restored those, and that has really hurt. That's caused more erosion. It's made like a curve, a concave area where all the sand's washing away, and you already got the ocean washing over Highway 12 over those sand dunes. But there's a lot that needs to be done, and it's a complex issue, but it's going to take the resources of the federal government and the state government and any brilliant minds out there that come up with solutions to do things to rectify some of the management mistakes that have been made over the past decades.
Yeah, totally agree with that. And, I've been very a proponent of around the inlets anyway, especially the shallow draft inlets, of putting jetties on the north and the south side, on both sides.
Well,
of Masonburg Island has it, Riceville Beach has it, and it works.
Well, one of the problems we have in North Carolina, Rayford, is when Senator Mark Bestite was there, they had this issue of what they call hardened structure. So they did pass a law in North Carolina to no more hardened structures. That means you can't have rock tiles, concrete, steel, anything like that. And you can only have sandbags. Well, we've got people all up and down the coast, out at Figure 8 Island with some really nice homes. That sand's eroding, washing away, undermining these houses. The sandbags just aren't enough. And I think we need to revisit the hardened structure rule. I know people say, well, it's not a good idea because if you put a structure somewhere, it's going to cause a problem somewhere else. But I think there are some areas, and I think this Buxton area is one of them, that might be wise to make an exception to save some of that. The Outer Banks is a moving, that whole strip, that Cape Hatteras National Seashore, it's always going to move toward the west. That's what it does. But there are things we can do to work with Mother Nature to help save some of these folks that have lived there their entire lives and their families have been there for hundreds of years, for generations.
Sure, absolutely. And it is a major tax base. When these homes start falling in the towns and the county and wherever they're located, they lose a big tax base. $250,000, $500,000 home on the beach is gone. There's $500,000 worth of tax base is gone.
Well, the economic impact is tremendous because that one county, there's so much tourism there in Dare County, just like it is in all the coastal counties, that they're contributing billions of dollars in revenue to the state in tax base.
Sure.
And it just does so much to help our economy in the state. So it would benefit the whole state to pay attention to some of these issues. It's not, we say, well, that's a coastal issue, that's their problem, but it's everybody's problem when you stop and think about it.
Okay, Michael, you got an apron?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you need an apron. What you need?
I know.
What do you want to do?
There's a challenge here going next spring. The men who cook contest with the Salvation Army, and I'm challenging thee to a duel.
What you want to cook, Rayford? I'll cook with you.
No, you're gonna cook against me. You're gonna be competing with me and other people. I've got 3 wins under my belt.
I'm going to Mike's team.
Okay, I'll take that challenge. What do you want me to cook?
No. It's something that you want to cook. It's something that's not an appetizer, not a dessert or anything like that, because that's a different category. But something people can eat, and you're going to have to serve it while you're there. You got to serve yours. I serve mine, and the people will judge, and there will be judges to judge.
Well, I'll get Lee to poll the audience and see what people would like to eat, and I'll cook it.
I got his back.
I think in your case, since you want a suggestion, go ahead and cook some pig's feet. I will take care of the seafood.
No. Tell Mike I'll be texting.
Yeah, Mike says, Lee says she's going to text you.
Thank you. I'll trust her advice better than yours, Rayford. I'm just saying.
Well, I have an axe to grind. I have a vested interest in winning.
Well, you have to do it fair and square. No cheating.
Well, then
Wait a minute now. You don't know my background, do you? All's fair in love and war.
Maybe
I
he'd
know
like the
you
golf
like
challenge.
stories about alligators that chunks out of people's houses.
Yeah, alligators are good too. Alligator gumbo. I'm just kidding. One of my partners in crime here, Chris, he has offered a challenge to POTUS, Mr. Trump up there, and he initially said he was going to beat him with his club, but he meant to say.
You mean a golf?
He meant to say, I'm challenging you to use all your clubs if you want to in a golf match, and he will pick one club and use it and challenge him and you at different times, of course, to a contest, either 9 holes, 18 holes, or 36 holes, your choice. How's that?
Look, I'm not a golfer. I'm a farmer. I drive tractors, but not golf clubs. And I'd like to see him take on Trump because Trump's really good at golf.
That's what we hear. He has a lot of practice. All right. Michael, thanks for your information. Thanks for your input here, sir.
Well, thank you, Rayford. And I know that if your listeners call you with insurance problems, you know where to send them.
You got that right.
Our
I do.
website. ncdoi.gov.
You got that. We'll do it. If I have problems, I got your telephone number.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, Michael. Mike Halsey, the insurance commissioner here for the great state of North Carolina. We do appreciate him taking
He's
time
just the best.
and to help deal with some of the issues that we, the people, have to deal with. Unfortunately, that's just what it's all about. And if you got problems and you're having problems, maybe with your insurance company, maybe you have questions, NCDOI, that's like NC, Department of Insurance. Is it .gov or .com?
.gov.
.gov.
I've already posted it.
Okay, so on our Facebook page, you can go there, you can get the link and click on it and go to it and just make a note that you heard it on this show and you've got questions and the insurance commissioner wanted you to Reach out to him.
And if you've not already seen them, if you'll go to our post from last night, Commissioner Causey had sent some pictures
Yeah.
that he took there
Disturbing.
in Buxton, and we posted them last night. There's one where you could see like a small concrete retaining wall. That's where a hotel used to be.
Yeah.
And the pictures of what has already fallen into the ocean. We had one over the weekend, number 11 fall. But now there's a whole new row that are in that position where the others used to be.
I don't want to discourage you from visiting our beaches, our seashore, up and down, wherever. Don't go destroying them while you're there. That's number one. Number two, if you go to places like up at Buxton, where they have all this damage and they're undergoing demolishing these structures, picking up what's left of them, the debris, and also don't walk out there on the surf. Don't get in the ocean right around these places, because there's stuff out there floating that you're not going to want to wait on. Okay, you don't want to do that. There are plenty of places further down the beach.
Right.
There's lots of places that have not been severely damaged, like the Buxton area. Buxton is the center of the bullseye.
And a good friend of mine, he lives right down there, and he does live videos from that area. And I always have to watch to see what's going on. But his last couple of videos, that new row of houses that's on the water now, he said he used to be able to walk in front of them, and they had yards and they had swimming pools. It's all gone now. It's all beach water.
Yeah, there's water lapping at the doors.
Right.
All of the old front row.
Right.
What was the front row?
Well, weekend before last, they had so many. There was one weather guy, Vince Wellati or something like that. He had actually put cameras out there for the weekend.
To watch her
and
happen.
so you could go out, you could just, I spent the weekend, I had it going 24/7, just watching it. It was wild.
It's there's food for thought there. I love the beach. I don't spend time in the sand because I just don't lay down there and burn my buns. That's just not a me thing. I do like surf fishing.
Yes, I like to surf
especially
fish.
in the fall. I love to get out there, and up there on Ocracoke Island, we used to go every fall. I went with my dad, and the whole Rotary Club would go up there. That's when there was one Rotary Club in Jacksonville, and I'd go. He was a member, and I would drive from Wilmington. We'd all hop in the 4-wheel drives, and we'd head up there. We'd have about 22 to 26 people.
Very nice.
And spend Friday. We'd leave here early morning to catch I forgot. I think it was the 8:00 ferry out of. What is that location?
Cedar Point?
No, not Cedar Point. Cedar Island.
Cedar Island,
Cedar Island ferry. Catch that.
That's close.
For the 2-hour and 15-minute ride by big ferry boat over to Ocracoke, and then we would storm the island, and we would check into the motel, the Pony Island Motel, right away. Check in, leave the stuff in basically there, and head for the beach. We are all packed up, pulling. We leave the trailer there, but on the second day, Saturday evening, we carried the trailer with us because it had a big fish fryer on it.
Oh,
gas powered. It was homemade, but anyway, we did that, and we cooked the fish on the beach, and we all ate until we couldn't eat anymore.
There are some honey holes there for drone.
Yeah, well, we were after blues this time of year. We went for the blues and whatever else we would catch. One year we didn't catch any blues to begin with, so we kept a few of those sand sharks. And you will eat sand sharks. Those little ones about 2 to 3 feet long. We ate a lot of sand shark, not a problem. We'll eat what you got.
Chris and I grew up the same era, and we spent many of a weekend at the beach, didn't we, Chris? Down there.
Yeah.
We went to Scotch Bonnet growing up.
Yep.
And that's where we used to go surf.
You went for the Scotch or the bonnets?
That's my family. That's where we went. My brother.
She missed it completely, didn't she?
Yeah, I know it. But Scotch Bonnet was our beach until Bertha took it out.
Yeah.
Big Bertha. Thanks a lot. But Chris knows because he was that same group.
Beautiful times down there.
But as you get
surfing.
past those surfing days and you get a little older, like, let's go to the beach. You go ahead.
My favorite time at the beach was during the winter time, or the fall, or the
love it.
winter.
Yes.
I didn't go swimming on the beaches. I got a boat for that kind of stuff. I want to go offshore.
Right.
I do whatever, but I did spend a lot of time swimming way back when at the beach, and that's how I learned what rip currents were. I became very familiar with them. I learned how to spot them when I started surf fishing.
Yeah,
and I had surf fishermen have been around for maybe 300 years. Those guys, they told me what to look for. Get on top of the dunes and look out there, and you can see that sucker out there if you look for it.
Right.
So that's because that's where they fished, right alongside those rip currents.
I gotta call my sister. We need to go out there one morning before it gets too cold, because we used to go out there early in the morning and take our chairs and our thermoses of hot chocolate or coffee
Watch the sun come
and
up.
watch the sun and the dolphins, because about 7:30, that's the perfect time to watch the dolphins.
I got some of those up at Ocracoke, silhouetted in the seagulls going by. They were silhouetted. The sun's coming up. I got a shot of the sun with the seagulls going through it. Pelicans going through the sun, and dolphin.
Beautiful.
The dorsal fins
Beautiful.
up there.
Yeah,
I got to find that picture. That was a good picture.
Time.
All right, let's go out to the ocean.
Let's go.
Offshore today, out to 20 nautical miles. You're going to have winds out of the west at 5 to 10 knots, becoming southwesterly 10 to 15 this afternoon. 2 to 3 footers. They're going to be 11 seconds apart. They're going to meet up, though, with some 2-footers that are coming from a different direction every 4 seconds from the southwest. Sounds and rivers, a light chop increasing to a moderate chop this afternoon. Tomorrow, westerly winds 10 to 15 knots, gust up to 25 in the morning. 3 to 5 footers tomorrow, 4 seconds apart. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop. Thursday, the wind's going to come down out of the northwest, 10 to 15. 2 to 3 footers, sounds and rivers, a moderate chop.
And today will be sunny, lovely sunny with a high near 74. Winds 5 to 10 miles per hour with winds gusting as high as 18. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 55. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 74. And Thursday, sunny with a high near 70.
Normally around
beautiful week.
Well, around sunrise, it starts to warm up, but so far
no rain in sight.
We checked in at 5:45 this morning. It was 42 degrees here. It's 42 degrees here.
What is up with this place?
99% humidity. The winds. There's a light breeze of about 1 mile per hour, but not enough to even register over here.
Right.
There's I see a leaf or two moving out there. Could be a squirrel or a bird. I gave the locations earlier with all the temperatures and stuff from our ham radio friends, right? I did that last time.
No, you did
I did
not.
not. Winds there, Randy out there southwest. One day runs into another. This morning it was 40 degrees. He had the low mark in the area. 99% humidity. No wind, no rain. Burrow, our buddy Joe, he was out there this morning bright and early as he always is. He checked in 46 degrees at the Burrow, and he was already at Emerald Isle, where he said he had enough room to walk on the beach this morning. The tide wasn't so high he could actually walk on the beach. Now, this is before daylight, all right? Before daylight. 46 in the Burrow, in downtown Swansboro, 55 at Emerald Isle. I'd go swimming. You could do that. Almost no breeze, he said, very light, no rain anywhere. Our buddy, your namesake there, Lee, over at the back swamp area.
Yeah, my buddy Lee.
It was 41 degrees there, 99% humidity, no wind, no rain. And Craig he was on his way to work at board Camp Lejeune. As he was leaving Richlands, it was 44 degrees. Ken at Onslow Bay, which is a new subdivision down here off of
Rocky Run
Road. 43 degrees and 87% humidity, no rain. Cedar Point, Ward, down there at the point. Ward is one of those specific kind of guys. 54.5 degrees. 68% humidity.
You go.
East southeasterly winds. They were not winds. It was a breeze, very light breeze. And of course, no rain. And Dale was up the creek, up the river at River Bend.
Without a paddle.
No paddle. He didn't need one. his wife keeps the paddle just in case he needs it.
She
42
does.
degrees, 99% humidity, calm winds. That means that calm winds is a no wind. So wind cannot be calm. If it's calm, there's no wind. So it was calm. There was no wind.
The Jim Cantori of
No
weather.
percentage, no rainfall. And Lady Blue.
Yes. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Lady Blue.
I was there this morning.
Yeah, she was there finally this morning, on time this morning too. So number 2 checking in this morning.
I
So
would have been number 1.
in the Woodlands, part of Northwoods, it was 44 at her house, 89% humidity, no wind, no rain. And again, like I said here, it was 42, 99% humidity at that time. And it's still, it just climbed a temp 1 degree since we've been talking.
Having a
It's
heat
up to
wave.
43
It's
degrees.
there's some strange things been happening the last couple.
Yeah.
It just flipped that fast.
Well, it can when the temperature warms up 1 degree. It shows it.
Well, it was 41, and it jumped to 43.
It was 42.
When I looked, when you looked, it was 42. When I looked, it was 41. So it changed twice. So anyway, we only have one disturbance in the ocean right now.
We have one, and it's not in the ocean, it's in the Caribbean. It's in the northern part of the
It's
Caribbean
water.
Sea. So is Elizabeth Lake, what we used to be. But there is a chance it will develop into something else, regardless of what it does. It's got a lot of water falling down
Right.
from the sky in it, and hopefully that's about all that will be happening. Its winds are up. It's further up from the areas where I go. It's up to the northern part of the Caribbean, but it's very little chance of forming up right now. Well, we'll have to wait and see what it does. 45-mile-per-hour winds in gust hanging around the area. Let's see what
Right.
the latest absolute. We got the 8 o'clock advisory here. Yes,
Yeah,
we
read
do.
that.
Satellite radar and surface observations indicate that the area is of low pressure over the central Caribbean, moving up towards the northern part.
Sea.
Huh?
Sea.
The Caribbean.
I said ocean, you said water, and they say sea. Go ahead. He's gonna
45-mile-per-hour winds. A tropical storm is expected to form later today when it slows down over the central Caribbean Sea. Heavy rainfall and gusty winds are possible over the portions of the ABC islands. That's Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, further south, just off the coast of Venezuela. For the next couple of days, it happens from time to time. This gets to be their rainy season. I've been there during the rainy season.
Yes, you have.
And this North Carolina, the coast of North Carolina gets on 65 inches of rain per year, I think is the normal. They get 17 inches. So that all comes at one time. Because I've been there and for 3 weeks at a
Wow.
time, I've been there when there's been no rain for 3 weeks.
Right.
So, we kind of like it. It's an arid area. It means cacti grow actually on the beach. I got pictures of one of the
I do
locations
not
in
like
Curacao,
cacti.
rocks right there along the
Mhm.
beach, and cactus are growing right out of the rocks.
Do
It
not
grows
like-
anywhere.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's lovely. I like it there. It's a beautiful place. Okay. What else we got happening here?
Well, I'm going to go back to the ABC Islands. When you said ABC Islands, I was thinking spirits. The drinking kind. I was like, let's go there.
Trust me, they have rum producing locations in pretty much all the islands there.
Yeah.
And, some of it's good, some of it is not quite.
Well, it
so
did say
good.
the hurricane hunters are going out later today.
Yeah,
So,
they're looking for a hurricane. They're
Yeah.
not going to find one
Well,
well, right now they're showing 100% formation. Yeah.
into a tropical storm.
Mm-hmm.
May not develop into a hurricane.
Well,
yeah,
it didn't say that. Just saying that they are is 100%.
But they're hurricane
Definite
hunters. They're not going
that-
to find a hurricane. Not today. Maybe a tropical storm later.
Mm-hmm.
How many? Let's see. Donald Trump took office January 21st, right?
Mhm.
20th or 21st. I forgot what day it was this year.
20.
When he had his first full day was on the 21st.
Right.
Since that time, he's made a point of saying that was part of his campaign. All these illegals that came into this country, they got to go, got to go, got to go.
Mhm.
Right? He's been ordering those folks deported. How many? How many do you think have been deported so far?
I'm going to guess 38,000.
Now you're talking about a specific group or total?
Illegal aliens, total
Illegal.
number of illegals
that
deported
I-
since Trump took office.
38,000.
It's been a lot.
500,000.
Wow. Boy, Chris,
I was way off.
you and me both, because I wouldn't have said much more.
If you were to include the number that the Coast Guard repatriates when they find them at sea on their way to this country, they
Yeah.
don't wait for them to get into the country. They snatch them up, they take them back to wherever they came from, and they drop them off. 515,000 deportations, 1.6 million people who have voluntarily self-deported. They had the choice. We're coming to get you, or you can go home. I strongly suggest you go home. Another 485,000 illegals have been arrested by DHS since January.
Well, Portland will be having some visitors there shortly.
Yeah, they called the National Guard guys.
Mhm.
They need them.
The Supreme Court said, yes, go for it.
They need them.
And it's not just illegal aliens they're looking for. They're looking for these people that are rioting, these people that are committing crimes. So if they can go to Portland, why can't they go to Chicago to enforce the laws there that are not being enforced? Because Chicago PD, don't get me wrong, those guys are overwhelmed. They got enough people to take care of normal operations in Chicago, but that's not going to be on the South Side. There's nothing normal about the South Side. And the politicians have blown it off. They've just let them go, do what they want to do for decades after decades after decades, since the Daily days.
Well, those in leadership are not affected by it.
That's right. They don't live there.
No.
They don't have relatives there. And the crime there, if they took South Side crime stats out of Chicago's crime stats, Chicago would be just like any other city.
Mhm.
And the problem is the people in charge, the government in charge, they're in charge of all of it, but they ignore part of it. And therefore, the rest of Chicago looks okay. They say, we'll just keep it confined down there. But the problem is there are still, what they don't tell you, there are a lot of very good people. They don't have the money to go living on the north side, on the good sides of Chicago. They don't have that kind of money. They're in low rent housing. They're people that can't do any better. They're getting by. That's all they're doing. But they're getting by amid all of the gangbangers, all of the drive-by shootings. People are being killed, and they don't even know who killed them. The rate of arrest for murders, if you ever look up those stats, is disgusting. Don't blame the police. Blame the politicians who restrict the police from going in there doing what has to be done. The police can't go in there on routine patrols because, you know what, when you send one or two cops in there and you got 12 gangbangers out there with, in some cases, a few cases, illegal fully automatic weapons, you don't stand a chance. They won't respond to a lot of calls for that very reason. They got everybody tied up elsewhere, and they get a call. You running a one or a two-man car, what would you do if you got a call to go into a hot, volatile area where there is a gang bang shootout?
Well, we know they take an oath. They swear to protect and serve.
They
and
don't.
do the
They don't
best
take
they
an oath to die.
No. And it's sad that gang members start at such an early age.
That's the problem. First of all, if you arrest them, you catch them with an illegal gun, they go down as a juvie, and they get out in just a very short period of time, and therefore they have training and experience at that point in time. Murder? Nah. They might stay in jail till they're 18, but then they're out.
Well, when they're at that young age, they're not. I'm not sure. I don't have a fact to back it up, but they're not the one that is going out and stealing the guns that they're using to do it.
No.
It's the higher ups, the elders in the gang that are providing it to them. And you want to be a gang member? This is what you have to do.
Your initiation.
Yeah, that's their initiation.
And they have to either kill or do other things, depends upon what gang you're in. Some gangs require you to kill a rival gang member. Some gangs require you to attack cops.
Right. One thing we didn't talk about was King's Day protest Saturday.
The one that kind of fizzled.
Yeah, it kind of fizzled out early in the afternoon, but there were places later on in the day that got a little violent, like once again, Portland, Oregon got violent.
Yeah.
But some of the speakers that I did see at the King's Day protest, there was one that was spewing such hate, and he was like, what we need to do is every one of you need to go out and get guns, and you need to shoot and kill ICE agents.
I would put you in jail.
Well, there was people calling for his arrest. I don't know if they have gotten that far with it, but that's pretty threatening. That's
inciting violence, inciting a riot.
And he wasn't the only one that I saw through the day switching channels to make remarks like that. And look, I'm all for your right to protest peacefully.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're up there talking about killing people,
killing law enforcement,
and killing law enforcement, yes, especially, I mean,
they're taking their direction though from the people that are on TV, not just the low-life scum that are on TV, but from actors and other people that are on TV, our so-called entertainers, our sports entertainers. They're taking their messages from them. That's their direction.
For those listening, I just got a message that someone couldn't call through. I'm giving him another message here. The phones are not working this morning due to an internet outage, but so Charlie, you'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I could let them call me on my Facebook and do a chat and make it live. Facebook chat. It's
we
Facebook
can do that.
but
only got 15 minutes.
15 minutes. But I listened to a little bit of Bernie Sanders talk.
You said garbage.
Okay, it was. it was. I mean,
I heard you.
And someone that I talked to in Texas on Sunday night said, "Do you know what was really scary about him?" And I said, other than him talking, no, what? She said, he looks exactly like Biden as Biden was declining.
Wow.
Yep.
And
maybe he will go away. How's Joe doing? We heard from him lately?
No.
He is undergoing cancer treatment. He's having to take chemo right now. Is it chemo radiation? Yeah. He's undergoing.
I'm bad for him for that.
I mean, I do too.
That's
for him.
I don't, I've never wished him any bad ill will.
Of course not.
Period. I didn't want him to be president. And when he was president, oh my God, he was overwhelmed. He wasn't president.
He just completed a round of radiation therapy as part of his prostate cancer treatment.
Okay, well.
Some have said in conversations if service was really done, his wife and son would have been arrested for elder abuse.
Sure,
and
that's what I said before.
Yeah,
that's what Rivers always touted.
Absolutely,
yes.
it's her fault for allowing him to be subjected to this abuse, and his son.
It is being said that he has the aggressive form of the prostate cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish him the best as far as, health wise. Yep. And that's just horrible.
Well, on a good note, let me go back to the county commissioners last night. They awarded certificates. I think it was Fire Prevention Week.
Yes.
That Royce was out there, and a lot of the volunteer fire departments and the city of Jacksonville were out there to receive certificates for their grades that they've been keeping up, the codes that they have to keep
ISO
up
rating.
with. Yeah, ISO rating. And not all had shown up, but quite a few of them did. It was very,
Good.
it was very great to see them there. Holly Ridge was out there,
Mhm.
as was their
It's
mayor.
quite a
One of
few,
their
yes, yes.
council members were out there, but
Right.
it was nice to see them getting recognized for their
Yes.
help.
Well, it is fire prevention, fire safety,
Mhm.
fire prevention and safety month there. I'll cover it both.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they do typically do that every October, but thank you, Onslow County, for recognizing
Oh, yeah.
these,
Yes,
these
absolutely.
people who volunteer their time.
We got volunteer firefighters. We got professional firefighters. We got professional firefighters who are volunteers in some
Mhm.
departments, believe it or not. We used to have, Holly Ridge, I think it was, had 2 or 3 firefighters from Camp Lejeune.
Mhm.
That they were also
Yeah.
on the volunteer fire department there. And when they weren't
Mhm.
working at Camp Lejeune, they were responding to fires in the Holly Ridge district. And I'm sure other fire units had the same thing.
Right.
So it's these guys live it. They know what their expertise is, where their expertise lies.
And I applaud
And
them.
for our volunteers to have
Right.
such additional professional firefighters, not that the volunteers are not, but those who work at it
Mhm.
24/7. Well, when they're working, they're around the clock. But to have all the training that they have,
And I
because they're
applaud
undergoing
them.
training all the time.
And I thank them and I applaud them. And I'm glad they're
Mhm.
there. What we've seen over the years is volunteerism has fallen
It has.
off a lot.
Yeah.
And for the county, I think what they've done is put in a fail-safe plan that if a volunteer fire department had gone defunct,
Mhm.
that they could come in and step in and do something about giving the citizens in that area fire protection. And I know some of the volunteer fire departments do not like the county involvement, but
Well, it's a
it's not
safeguard.
like it used to
It's
be.
not for the
Yes.
volunteer fire departments, and those guys are great people. They've organized.
Fantastic.
One just passed away. A friend of mine he was the first fire chief at Pumpkin Center, Billy Humphrey, and his
Yes.
brother. They volunteered. They worked within a half mile of the fire station. They lived across the street from the fire station. They lived the fire station. They closed their doors at their gas station when the fire whistle
Yeah.
would go off. If
Yeah.
need be, click, bang. We'll see. Back in a bit. Whatever. So those guys it's the backbone of a community. Here's the problem. As volunteers, there are so many people that don't work in the community that they live in
Mhm.
anymore. If you live in the Pumpkin Center area here, you may be working in Holly Ridge. You might be working in another county even. There are people actually living in Onslow County that work in New Hanover County
Yes.
in Wilmington.
Mhm.
That there's a lot of that happens. There's like General Electric, there's Federal Paper, Corningware, all of these big companies that
Love
are up and down
Corningware.
all over, or Corning Company, not Corningware, but Corning Company.
I know what you meant.
But they are big jobs, and people from here may live here. They grew up here. They want to stay here. Good for them. But then they go there to work.
Yeah.
They're not going to be responding to volunteer fire calls.
No.
They can't. It's
Right.
50 miles away.
That's right.
So at nighttime, maybe they can.
Exactly.
But during the day, what happens?
It's just so much has changed. The world has changed. The
has.
world's evolving. And
It is evolving, and we change with it. We have to make do. Good God, I remember at one time there was a water tower right across the street from a Preston Road area, Preston and 17. That little water tower
Yeah.
there, that's
yes.
had a big old siren on it for the volunteer firefighters in
Yes, it
Jacksonville,
did.
in the city limits
Wow.
of Jacksonville. The city limits were not very far from that.
Do you remember we brought this up the other day, and I wanted to say something when we went on, but do you remember there used to be a volunteer rescue squad? It was the Jacksonville
absolutely.
Rescue Squad.
Clyde Cook was the
Yes.
chief of that volunteer squad forever.
Really?
He's the one who helped set that sucker up.
Wasn't there a junior squad also?
I think it was a junior
For
rescue.
teenagers,
They would
you
go
know?
along and they
Right.
were trained. They would,
Well, I like what I see when we go to high schools. Junior ROTC
Yes.
at the schools, they're very involved. I'd love to
do
see
we
more.
have them here now in Oslo County anywhere?
Oh yeah,
North side.
yeah, Northside.
Northside.
Northside
Oh,
has
that's right.
it.
Northside
Northside does have it.
And it's amazing. And Camp Lejeune has one.
Yes, of
And
course.
they
Oh,
have-
you would expect that.
Yes.
Yeah, they have some other programs, the Medal of Honor, which Lee and I were talking. There's a teacher out there that has asked to come on and talk about it on the show, a little bit about what
Mhm.
happened and what they do out there, because they actually have to do community things, community projects. I'm sorry, not things, community projects to get their 6 steps to be getting a Medal of Honor.
Mhm.
But if the young people would get more involved, I think we would. And in the years gone by, I'm going back to the 70s when I was a kid. You had Boy Scouts, you had Girl Scouts, and your churches had
Brownies.
brownies.
I was
Yeah.
a brownie.
And those things have kind of changed a little bit now that they're all one group in some cases.
Mhm.
But if the parents could get their children involved and early to teach them about what volunteerism is really all about,
Mhm.
and don't do it for the grades. Don't do.
Oh, no. It's a great thing to have mentors in
Mhm.
some of these organizations. The Boy Scouts. It's like I've said, the difference between the Boy Scouts and our government. The
Mhm.
Boy Scouts have adult leaders.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just sorry.
I see more and more young people helping out, like at Christmas cheer time.
Yes.
It's great.
But there's other, then you have the other 11 months or 10 months out of the year where there's way more other things going on that you could actually volunteer and help do, going to nursing homes and reading to the elderly or just visiting. Do you remember back in the old days at Onslow, they had candy stripers?
Yes,
Yes.
I do.
The
Absolutely.
students, young
Right.
people.
Doing everything from bedpan duty to
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm. See, that's what I'm saying. It's volunteerism has fallen by the wayside over the years. And what do you do if you've got 2 or 3 fire stations that are volunteers and they have no volunteers? What happens then? Do they just close the door and if your house is burning, we're going to have to call, instead of somebody from Rosetown, we're going to have to call somebody from Pumpkin Center, which is like 6 miles away.
Well, I know they help each other.
Right,
They
yes,
got,
they do
they got
mutual
mutual
aid.
aid stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
all of them do.
But when it's happening right there, Rhodestown just got the new fire department, which is on
Right.
258. So
Beautiful.
they're kind of generally, they could help Richlands if they wanted to. They could actually come. I've
Yeah.
seen them sometimes on 258 close to the city
Yes, they
limits.
do mutual
when they
aid
need to
and
do
it's depending on what the call is.
Yeah.
And
You can rest assured if there was a huge fire in our apartment complex, like I've
Mhm.
seen,
right.
Yeah.
Beecham's apartments years ago,
Remember that one?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
man.
swept through
That was crazy.
outside the city.
right.
Everybody
Mhm.
responded. Yeah, it's just the way mutual aid is. They came from
Well-
Sneeze Ferry. They came from Piney Green. Probably came from Hubert. I was out there that night, and so
Right.
they came from everywhere. So-
Rayford, just a month ago, over a couple streets down from you, there was a fire call.
right across
And
the
they
street
had
over there.
blocked off the road. And from what I understand, they called for mutual aid to begin with.
Sure,
And even a truck from Camp Lejeune came out here.
which is great.
Yes. See, so,
I sat out
you know,
the front door, and the flames were just shooting way above the trees.
right.
Totaled.
But I just don't get, because like Chris brought it up at the meeting last night, even as they were giving out awards,
Mhm.
you still had some personnel that came up to the podium that voiced their concerns over county involvement in the volunteer fire departments. I still don't get it.
Well, if you don't want the county involved in your volunteer fire department, it's okay. I understand that.
I understand
But where
too.
you gonna get your money? How much do those trucks
Mhm.
cost that you got? About $1 million. And
Right.
a basic truck today is $1 million.
Oh, yeah.
And the
A
thing
ladder truck,
right.
3 to 5.
Well-
So yeah, if you don't want them involved, if your community, your small community one part of Onslow County cannot afford it.
Mhm.
You cannot get that much money. You cannot shoot that many pictures. You cannot hold that many turkey shoots.
I just don't
You
understand
don't want to go back to those days.
why some of them are fighting the partnership that the county is
I
offering.
do understand it. They don't trust government. I understand it. I understand that they don't trust government. I do trust government as long as we keep it under control. That's what those elections for every 2 years that we have around here for county commissioners.
That's right.
We can get rid of 3 of them at one time and 4 of them the next time.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
like
this is
you
what
think
you
it's-
do.
Right.
Well, it happened a few years back when they had 5. We cleaned house. Yep, two
It needed
out
to
of
be
5 were
that
left.
way.
Mhm.
Well, the
Outstanding.
thing about it is, Chris, if your house is burning to the ground and nobody's out there to put it out because, they voted because they don't trust government, didn't want their help. I mean, the consideration should be for our homeowners and our people first.
I totally agree. The gentleman that spoke last night after us, and he was border between Duplin County and
Yes, that
Onslow
was
County.
Kevin.
Oh,
Yes,
boy.
he's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's
Uh,
done a lot over the years.
He has, and he went through his resume, and I applaud him for his volunteerism.
Very impressive. Yes.
But
Good.
when you're borderlining another county, and I'm not sure who would have served the area he's talking about.
Well, I imagine both counties they would probably mutual aid.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been, but I just don't see the resistance with some of the fire departments to the county. I don't understand it.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to leave you one
Oh,
thing
it
here.
is
We were
time.
talking about all the roundups and ICE and whatever going after their. One of the big thing, Homeland Security. ICE is part of Homeland Security,
Mhm.
but there are other elements of Homeland Security that are going out looking for the bad guys, the criminals, those that we know are committing crimes, and those that have been picked up and placed in jails here, there, and everywhere. And some places notify ICE, some places don't. Okay. In North Carolina, ICE has picked up a guy named Shahid Hassan. He's from Bangladesh. He's illegal.
Hmm.
He's been convicted of simple assault. Not that big a deal. That's fighting. You slap me, it's called suicide. But possession of drug paraphernalia, illegally carrying a concealed gun. He's an illegal alien carrying a gun.
Mm.
Okay, that's a felony. Driving while impaired, probation violation. He was on probation here. Why was he on probation? Why was he allowed to be here even on probation? Why wasn't he kicked out then? We're fixing a lot of problems that were left undone, unfixed by many administrations in the past, and not all of them were Republican or were Democratic. No, people, Democrat presidents, Republican presidents, whoever. Driving while impaired, probation violation, felony larceny, domestic violence protection order violation in Wake County.
Mm.
He's going away. They picked him up. He's being deported. Why was he even here? Up to north in Virginia, ICE arrested Van Pham from Laos. These are not all Mexicans or people from South America or Central America, who was convicted of 5 counts of abduction and burglary in Fairfax County. Massachusetts, ICE arrested Patricia, female, Cordero from the Dominican Republic, who was convicted of 2 counts of hit and run in Lawrence, Massachusetts. They're from all over the Caribbean, all over everywhere for all sorts of crimes being committed in this country. And they had convictions in their countries, but they were allowed to stay here because we didn't get rid of them. Stop them. Prevention is a lot cheaper than to curing the problem. And we're now having to
Amen.
spend a lot of money to cure the problem that
Amen.
Point.
if you just stopped them in the first place, they wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have the problem. Okay, we're done. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, you know what I'm going to be doing for the next daylight hours, right?
Getting your phones work. The phone's working.
And
Dealing
and
with
the internet.
Spectrum.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that it's Spectrum. It could be
Do
just
you
a
need-
device here. It could be whatever.
Do you need an anti-anxiety tablet before we leave?
I want to be anxious when I talk to the people when I get them on the phone.
Okay.
They
Good luck.
appreciate or fear me more. The end result
Good
will be the
luck.
same.
It'll be fixed.
Good luck with it all. I do not. Envy you?
My first call is going to be when I make the call. Do you have the number from MetroNet when I contact Spectrum? And, then we will go from there. What do you think? How's that going to work out there?
Well, we've got Brightspeed coming out too.
They're here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I say the more competition, the merrier.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes prefer that it's not.
Uh-oh, Spectrum
Them
calling
calling
out.
in.
Uh-oh, wait.
How's your service today, sir?
Agency, can I help you? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Can I help you?
Hi, my name is Haley. To make sure American citizens are getting what they deserve, Medicare's annual enrollment 2026 has released many advanced benefits such as food and flex cards. Now you can also get cash backs up to $250. Do
No,
you have Medicare Part A and B?
no.
Tell you're only 17.
Sorry, but you do not seem to qualify for the plans that we have. Have a great day.
You robo. You robo blonde.
How'd you like that one?
That's good. I've done.
Just saying, normally now what I do is I start saying no, 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 no. And by the time I get to the fifth no, it's over. They hang up.
Well,
That was a robo blonde.
I've started taking Kathy's robocalls, and I just simply go. And I borrowed this from my good friend Bill down at Pine Shores, Atlantic Beach, and it simply goes like this: "Hello, if you're calling to ask for a donation, please take me off your phone list and hang up. If you're calling to offer me a grave plot, please take me off your call list. If you're calling me to ask me for insurance policies, please take me off your call list. If you're calling for anything else, please hang up."
I love it. I love it.
If your name is Ed McMahon and you have cash, no checks,
Yeah.
meet me at the front door. Otherwise, hang up.
So many ways.
All right, we've had enough
Fun.
Silliness.
fun. It's interesting not to get interrupted by a telephone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, we hope to get interrupted by the phone because that's what we're here for. I get bored otherwise.
I know it. Yes.
I can't have any fun. So these robocalls don't come until after 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's that
So that's
spaceship.
the fun thing. The
There's-
spaceship.
One been hovering over the county for 2 days.
One actually
no.
called me last night at 7:30. I just checked into one of our networks, and then they called at 7:30, and I'm like, okay. So I turned the radios up so they could hear all this different traffic in the background,
Oh, yeah.
and it was like, hello, can I help you? And they're saying, I'm not sure that I've reached the right number. And I said, you haven't. Click. That's as far as it went. Oh, I have my fun. One way or the other. Okay, we will see you tomorrow. We got Dr. Rose and we got Peter Wright in the house, right?
Yes, we do.
We'll talk to a real honest to goodness guy who can tell
There
us
you
all
go.
about Medicare. We don't have to count on, what was her name? What was that liar's
She
name?
didn't give her name.
Stacy? Well, I think,
Did she say her name?
yeah, they usually do.
Hello, this is Stacy from Medicare.
And then the same voice will call back later today. I'm Stephanie. I know how you're not. I know Stephanie.
Kathy went through that last night, but she did not get called Stephanie.
You're live and local, Real Talk. We're always awake, not woke, and we will be back tomorrow. After, would you bring me that stick over there, please? I got to work on the modem. They won't take this back unless it's not working. So I'm going to make sure it's not working when I drive it over there.
Rayford, it's not working. We know it's not.
It won't be. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh,
Have a
blessed
good
day.
day. Bye.